What's going on, everybody? It's Flores coming at you live. This is Boom Bap Recovery from Drugs Will Love You to Death. We're outside today with my man, Jesus. How's it going, man? Long time partner, long time trudging buddy. How you doing tonight, Jesus? How's it going, bro?
I'm doing good, man. Just blessed, one day at a time. Recovery's beautiful. We're with people that are sober tonight, and it's beautiful, man.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad to see you, bro. So happy that we get to trudge this road together. Anyway, man. So just interviewing people, asking people about sobriety. What do you think right now in the world? What do you think is the biggest barrier for young people to get sober? And what is the biggest thing that young people face that us as a whole makes us go back out?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I would say information, bro. I think there's a miscommunication. We gotta hype sobriety like how they hype. I think we're up against like this media. Not to frown upon the artists that are out, but if music talked more about recovery, if shows showed more about sobriety, at a younger and at a more trendy level,
Instead of glorifying all this other BS.
Yep, exactly.
Because music is energy, man.
Right.
At a fundamental level, it's wavelengths, and it's just, it's powerful, but we're talking about the wrong things, man. What message do you have to people trying to get sober right now, young people trying to get sober?
I just heard somebody say, protect your energy. And for me, that's extremely powerful. Just being around good people, being around people that support what I'm doing. Like, you're one of my strongest supporters. I got one of my buddies here, Michael, who's, constantly like being with me, and just creating community that's like aiming towards the same thing that you're going. Like in this case, for me, education, sobriety, fatherhood, and just trying to become a better human, man. Yeah.
What do you do in particular to how did you get sober, man? We talk a lot about our stories, right? Like what drinking was like, what drugging is like, but like how did you get sober? How do you stay sober? From someone that doesn't know anything about treatment, nothing about any 12-step program and doesn't know anything about sobriety, anything about recovery, what do you tell them? How do they get sober? How does a young person get sober?
Well, I feel that for me, unfortunately, it took a rock bottom. I don't think you have to get to that point. I think that, again, being around great people that just push you towards better motives, stronger values, whatever that looks like, and for the young person, just aim for these positive goals. Like, I come to find out that the dream I'm chasing now is the same dream I wanted when I was a kid, but I was misdirected, and again, I had to hit a rock bottom that led that took me to Impact. Shout out to Impact, but that's really what it took me, and that's where I was introduced to a 12-step program. Whether that's Narcotics Anonymous or what we practice, the program of Alcoholics Anonymous.
Absolutely, man. Well, what does your recovery mean to you today, man? What does it mean to you? What does it look like?
My recovery looks like you inviting me here and me showing up,
Being willing.
and open-minded, and I would go places that I should have never gone for the drugs and alcohol. And
The lengths we go to for our drinks and our drugs, you got to work just as hard, right?
Exactly. And I do the same in recovery.
That's awesome, brother. Well, what other messages do you want to tell people that are trying to get sober or trying to stay sober?
If you're trying to get sober, just ask for help. Don't be ashamed. And if you're not ready, just know that there's a big community of people that have gone to those dark places that you really don't want.
You're not alone.
And you're not alone. And for the youth, just rely on positivity, man. Like, stay in school, play sports, read books. If you got to be on your PS5 or game, just stay to the gaming. So shout out to the youth that are gamers. Shout out to the youth that are in sports. Shout out to the youth that's in tech. Education, bro.
Education, that's what's up. All right, lastly, man, boom bap recovery, where hip hop meets recovery, man. When are we gonna hear some more music from you, Jesus?
As soon as you send me beats, bro.
As soon as we get in the studio. All right, man. This is Jesus Cuevas, man, my trudging buddy here. Where can we find you on social media?
You can find me at Jesus LA on Instagram, or you can find me at Pasadena City College at the core program.
Shout out to Core. Shout out to higher education, man. Boom Bap Recovery. Love you guys. We're going to have some more interviews. Peace. What's going on, everybody? It's Boom Bap Recovery, where hip hop meets recovery. Coming at you live with my boy Marco. What an amazing event, Marco. Tell us a little bit about what's happening. What is this event? What's going on?
Yo, so we here. It's a sober party, overdose awareness event. I mean, as you can see, it's lit, it's turned up. We got some fire artists in recovery. You know what I'm saying? Just bringing a safe place for people in recovery to come and have fun and turn up for one night without having to worry about the bullshit.
Right on. Tell us what Blessed Savage is. Tell us a little bit about your recovery, your story, how you got to this point where you're a big pillar in your community, not only with your brand, but as a person, as a business owner, as an individual. What does sobriety mean to you? And just give us a little rundown, man.
Yeah, man. So the name of the brand is Blessed Savage Clothing. You know what I'm saying? My sobriety day is August 26, 2022. By the grace of God, I have that day. You know, you say a pillar in the community, and like, I feel like a small fry in a big world right here. You know what I'm saying? This brand has changed my life. It has held me accountable. You know what I'm saying? I've gone through breakups and totaling cars and losing businesses, and one thing that stayed constant for me has been my brand, and you know, being sober and just being an ultimate service. That's the whole point, is to be of ultimate service.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So I'm trying to ask people here, what do you think the biggest barrier is to young people to get sober, and what do you think the biggest barrier is to young people to stay sober?
Yeah, man. I think that we gotta change our definition of cool, of what cool is. You know, young people are very impressionable. And I know me, I stuck with the OGs, and what the OGs told me to do, I did. And I picked up some game, but wasn't always steered in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think the biggest barrier for young people in recovery is just like getting over the opinions of others and staying on your path and on your mission and trusting God. It was real hard for me to trust God at a young age, when, you know, all you know is heartache and pain. And you don't really see past yourself. So getting past myself was the biggest barrier for me.
I think that's been a theme, is getting out of your own way. Getting out of your own way. How does one start doing that? With me, it was like I just had to get honest with myself. Okay, I got a problem. Like, this is not normal. A normal person doesn't drink 2 bottles of vodka every single day, right? What was the early thing? What were the early things that you did in order for you to like get out of your own way?
So the most important thing, I feel like, is contrary action. Everything that I was comfortable with ended me up in jail cells and overdoses and my mom crying. And like, early on, honestly, I was so scared. I was so scared of everything, and I wasn't willing to admit it. And you know, like I said, only by the grace of God was I able to start, like, little by little, I started trusting somebody little by little, and I started doing something that was completely out of my nature, because I'm naturally self-centered, self-obsessed by nature, and I didn't even know it, right? I had, everything was your fault, and there was an excuse for everything. And so, you know, it's baby steps. It starts with when someone tells me something I don't want to hear, instead of me crashing out on them, you know what I'm saying? Only by the grace of God was I able to take a step back and run that shit through other people, and having solid people in my crew, people that weren't yes boys, people that actually gave a fuck about me. And I started being willing to listen and willing to take direction. And that was one thing that led to the next, and it just became, you know, a whole different, I was rewiring my mind is what I didn't even know.
Right on. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful, man. What's next for Blessed Savage? What do you have in your personal life upcoming? What's the future look like for you, man?
Yo, bro, we're doing some pretty dope stuff with Blessed Savage. You know, we just teamed up with a company called MTLE, More Talent, Less Ego, out here in Koreatown. Some real legends. What's next for Blessed Savage is more branding, more connections, getting out of myself, and just going full-fledged. And you know, we got some crazy stuff in store. We just getting started.
Where can we find you on social media?
So the social media, Instagram is blessed_savage_clothing. You know what I'm saying? You could also check my boy Wolf. He's an artist for us. Wolf TVI. You could also find us on the MTLE Instagram. That's MTLE.gallery, I believe. And yeah, check us out on any one of those platforms.
Thank you, Marco. I appreciate you, man. Shout out Blessed Savage. And we out here, man. Boom Bap Recovery. What's going on, everybody? It's Boom Bap Recovery, where hip hop meets recovery. What's going on, Pops? It's good to see you, man. It's good to see you out here at this event, educating people. You have naloxone. You have the I don't know what you call the dummy there.
Oh, that's our mannequin right there.
Mannequin to do CPR and all that stuff, educating people out here. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing. Tell us a little bit about what events like these mean to sobriety, and what does your sobriety mean to you now, man?
Absolutely, man. So what's up? My name is AJ, and I'm Director of Community Engagement and Training for End Overdose. We're a nonprofit organization based in LA, working to fight against drug-related overdose deaths through education, medical prevention, and public awareness. So just to break down what we're doing today is we're doing our opioid overdose prevention and response training. In that training, we cover signs and symptoms of an opioid overdose, steps to take, how to administer intranasal naloxone to continued care with rescue breaths. At the end of the training, we issue everybody a certification card, and we also distribute naloxone as well. We also have preventive measures with fentanyl test strips. You know, we're really doing a lot of amazing work, man. And you know, the work that we've been able to do at festivals, events, we've been working with Marcos for quite a bit. I think this is my 6th one so far. But we work with big promoting companies like AEG, Insomniac, Golden Boys. We do afters as well. You know, anywhere in LA County. We also do long form trainings. I started doing trainings at like treatment centers, sober livings. I got with city council to conduct this training and bring this training to cities. And you know what my sobriety and recovery means to me. It's everything to me, man. You know, for me, my recovery comes first. I wouldn't have the things in my life if it wasn't for me being sober. You know, and I keep it basic, man. I build a solid foundation in treatment, and I continue to do those things today. You know, and for me, like, all I have is today, man. I have today.
That's absolutely beautiful, man. You're doing God's work. We talked a lot about personal stories on the micro level, and I'm so glad to have you here because I get to zoom out a little bit. What do you think is going on right now? What advice do you have to young people that are going to grow up into this epidemic that we have going on? What's going on? How can we educate our youth? And what can we do to kind of curb everything that's going on? Is it a societal problem? How do we fix it? Is it an educational problem? What's going on? And what can we do as educators, as parents, to try to make a change?
Yeah, man. You know, there's so many different layers to that, especially this day and age. You know, I got 4 years clean and sober, man, and I didn't have to worry about this when I was getting loaded. You know, unfortunately, in this day and age, it's you know, it's such a danger, especially to our younger crowd, man. And if you're struggling, man, you know, I highly suggest that you know you look for help because help is available out there to you. You know, and of course, it's always up to the individual. Like for me, you know, I had to hit a point of desperation and surrender, man. And a point of small open-mindedness, you know what I mean? I had to try something different. And you know, I think we just need to talk about it more, man. Like education is key. You know, we gotta give everybody the information, right? Like, hey, I'm gonna give you this information, and I want you to make the best decision possible for yourself, right? And I think that's where we have to start, man. But it starts with simple conversations, just like right now.
That's beautiful, man. And that's been the theme. That's what everybody's been saying. Like, we have to try to find a way to make these conversations into the mainstream, man. Make it. I've heard someone say, make it cool. We gotta make it, and it is cool, man. How people think sobriety is boring, man. What do you have to say to people that think sobriety is boring, or that like, if I get sober, I'm gonna be bored? Like, what am I gonna do? Like, what message do you have to those people?
Nah, man. You know, life today is fun. You know, I have a life beyond my wildest dreams, man. I do a lot of fun shit. You know, I laughed today. I smiled today, man. You know, I have a good time. I wasn't doing that in my disease, man. You know, fortunately for me, you know, my disease takes me behind bars, you know. I've been out for 4 years too, man, and life is really good. I go to festivals. I go to events. You know, tonight we're a bunch of like-minded individuals gathered here today, you know, having fun in our recovery, man. And this is what it's all about, you know. We learn to have fun. We meet new people, man. And I don't need drugs or alcohol to kind of help me do that, you know. I could do it all on my own, man. And yeah, man, we have fun, man, and this is where it's at.
AJ, pleasure to talk to you, man. Where can we find you? Do you have social media, or plug anything you want in right now, man?
Yeah, absolutely, man. If you want to check out End Overdose, we have a free online training as well. You can visit our website at endoverdose.net. You can also check out our socials at end.overdose, man. I know we talked about, you know, making it look cool, making it fun, man. Check us out. Look at all the fun and good work that we're doing.
Well, you know, continued blessings and sobriety to you, man. You're doing God's work, brother. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
All right, man. Have a good one. Boom Bap Recovery. Back again with some more interviews. What's going on, guys? My name is Flores. I'm the host of Boom Bap Recovery, where hip hop meets recovery. These guys just got done performing and absolutely killed it. You guys are great, man. Honestly, bars, melodic, the beats were dope. The channel uses hip hop as just kind of a theme and a network to talk about recovery, talk about sobriety, talk about our pains, talk about our struggles, all that. What does music mean to you, and what does sobriety mean to you? You guys can take turns, pass the mic around.
Sure. Man, music
Sorry. You can introduce yourselves first.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, I'm AB the underdog. Man, we rep for Slaw Squad, free my brother Flex, working the NBA All-Star game right now. But man, let me tell you, music and sobriety means everything to us. That's why we do it. In every bar, we talking about how we sober. You know, everybody putting on that fake shit, the lean, the perks, and all that drinking and shit like that. We're not living that no more. We talk about a daily reprieve. We talk about the book. We talk about the meetings. We talk about how we staying sober. We talk about the time that we got, because that's the only way we get to do this today. Man, I've been an underdog all along, man. Couldn't get none of this music shit going until we got sober. Now that we sober, we coming back for life. And that's 100%. I'm gonna pass it to my brother Mook. Let him tell you about it.
Hey, yo. Hey, Mookie, Slaw Squad, AB, shout out Flex. He couldn't make it here tonight, but this is probably one of the coolest events that I've been a part of. Just all about sobriety, having fun in sobriety, and what it's like to be in recovery. And I think that's probably the biggest piece for us is the sobriety and the music come together. Like, I don't think, for me personally, one could not live without others, because we talk about in pages 88, 86 to 88, we talk about that inspiration on awakening, that will be done, right? And the biggest way that I utilize my inspiration is by making music. And yeah, we know how to get lit. I think you've seen that. We know how to set the mood, but we like it's all about just like how, like, it's just real shit. Just like how can we oh my gosh, it's just like, man, this shit's been a trip. So it's just like being able to be where I am right now, where all I gotta do is give back, keep my cup pouring to other people's cup, and really just do music, bro. So, dude, thank you. I appreciate you.
Right on, man. Like a theme that I've been getting from these interviews, right? Is that sobriety is not boring. We are examples of that. You guys are examples of that. But we gotta bring these themes and this message that sobriety is not boring. And that recovery is cool and fun. We don't need to try. We just need to keep doing stuff like this, right? Another theme is for young people, especially for people that try to get sober, you got to get out of your own way, right? What did that look like for you? We're young and we still want to have fun. We want to go party. We want to do this. We want to do that. And it's almost especially hard for us to get out of our own way a little bit. You know, what did that look like for you to get yourself out of your own way so you can be honest, so you can deal with the magnitude that is alcoholism, that is drug addiction? What did that look like for you, getting honest?
Man, phenomenal question. Man, it comes down to surrender and willingness. I watch so many people come in and still try and do it their own way. It's not gonna work in here, man. We as alcoholics are the perfect example of self-will run riot, right? And so we got to be able to take suggestions from God, take suggestions from a sponsor, take suggestions from the winners, the old heads in here, because somehow they managed to do this. I don't know about y'all that listen to this interview, but I couldn't go a day, a minute, unless I was completely out of bread. And even then, I was going to find me a way. So I got to start listening to people who learn how to do this. The NA books say a simple way has been proving itself in the lives of many addicts. So if it's been proving itself, I got to trust that and just do what they tell me to do. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be unnerving. It's going to be scary to face some of those traumas and past griefs that come with the steps that it makes us face. Hurts in the beginning. But as we say on Living Amends, man, that the heart breaks slowly, but it will mend. Fill God-shaped holes with what was meant. That's where we at.
Yeah, that was a fabulous question. It's just, for the longest time, all I knew was how to get in my own way. You know, being homeless for 2 years, I would lie, manipulate, cheat, steal, just to be able to get through my day. And I think the biggest way of me getting out of my way was really how to learn to accept what these rooms had to offer. And what was really what I started seeing, which is something I didn't have a great grasp over or a great view of in my life, was just love. And how we can build each other up in the community that is like that is there and available to like someone who comes in so broken, so like man, I'm so broken and I came in so scared and I had so lonely, to like now I have people that I can call on to, people who like help me get the fuck out of my way. Cause like, dude, I'm always one stupid thought into the worst decision of my life. And it's just like, how do I get out of my own way? Okay, look, how can I get God more into my life? That's that taking that self-will out, putting God into my life, and then just giving back. How can I be of service? And sometimes the easiest thing to be of service, especially in my life, is just to be there just to listen. Because I know what it's like to not be heard. I know what it's like to not be seen. And I know what it's like, too, to come in with so much pain and so much hurt and still feeling like no one cared or no one understood. But it's like, this place is like, oh, we know exactly what's going on. And just let us love on. Let us love you so you can love yourselves. And it's just like, in the great words of Daryl, it's not a mind over matter when there's a matter with my mind. Yeah.
It's an understanding, right?
Yeah.
You had something to add?
Absolutely. And if I could just add one thing, man, it would be that we as young people now get to represent what AA looks like, what recovery looks like. Like a lady mentioned today, that it was just old heads telling you sit down and shut the fuck up. But now we got things like this, where we get to talk about sobriety through the music, through events, get to show them that we are not a glum lot, that we get to be happy, joyous, and free through this. You know what I mean? Shout out Radford Hall, shout out Marco for throwing this event, because we are representing what recovery looks like for the people today. So thank you.
Right on.
Yo, big shout out to Westside Marina Center. Oh my gosh, like I don't even shoot. dude, and it's crazy too, cause like, dude, you can what freedom looks for me in my life is to be able to do this. I did not get sober to be miserable by any means at all. I got sober to my what freedom looks like to me, man, is being able to sit down, have these discussions, sit down and have a like, dude, turn the fuck up, and then go home and be utterly grateful. Sometimes, hey, life is on life terms. Sometimes it sucks, but at the end of the day, man, like, oh my gosh, like, dude, my world is so much bigger, man. The world is so huge.
We can do something about it when life throws its punches, you know. All right. What advice do you have to people out there that have no idea about a 12-step program, no idea about the support that's out there, the resources that are out there, that is struggling? They're hitting a bottom, but they're scared. They don't know anything about what recovery looks like. What advice do you have to people out there still struggling right now?
The biggest advice I have is to admit to your innermost selves that this thing has got you beat. As long as we think either my life don't matter, so I gotta keep going, or I'm gonna beat it this time, here's how, we'll always be stuck in a cycle of addiction. So if we take out the 12-step and we take out the resources available, just admit to your innermost self and just ask God for help. Get on your knees one time, close your eyes, and just ask God for help. Because I promise you that there is a power greater than yourself, and power greater than drugs and alcohol. If we get to shift our higher power, life gets to change.
Yeah. If your addiction, if your alcoholism is causing spiritual brokenness, mental, physical, spiritual, and these moments that we call what we call those
Spiritual blind spots. What?
I mean, yeah, but the I mean, like, not the hopelessness, but that it's fleeting. It's that fleeting, that desperation. I think during that the desperation. Oh man, that's damn. All I'm getting is just like flashbacks to like how I was, man, and just like what I needed to do was to really get on my hands and knees and ask for guidance. Know that what is going on in my life is not working right now, and that I'm so spiritually sick, that I'm so physically and mentally incapable of being able to like put this down, and also realize and have awareness that this is causing so much unmanageability, and that I'm gonna die this way. But there is something that can be given to you, and then there's something that's here that is freely given to you, that all you gotta do is just learn how to accept. And it's just that's that first step coming to, you know, damn, just like yeah.
Word. So boom bap recovery, music, recovery. What's next for you guys? What's in store? Do you guys have albums out? What are your plans? What inspires you? And where can we find you guys on social media? Where can everybody find you guys?
Absolutely. Man, we got a whole lot coming out. We got a lot in the tank right now. Not too much released, but I promise you we got a Sloth Squad EP on the way. We got more EPs coming on. I got an EP with my brother Nick Laban coming out. I got an EP with my brother Mook coming out, a couple of them. And I got an album coming out, AB the Underdog, Last of a Dying Decade, April 24th. That's a promise.
Shit. I'm just gonna hop my boy up, because Sloth Squad, we're dropping an EP soon. Big shout out to my boy AB right here. Has given me, like, oh my gosh, so much perspective in my life, dog. He is working his ass off on this album. I'm so like, oh man, I'm excited, man. Yeah, like I'm happy to be able to work with that shit on you. I got EPs dropping soon, singles dropping soon. I got an album dropping soon. Mookie_SLA, that's Sloth Squad. Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Hey man, just because I'm sober doesn't mean I'm not an asshole sometimes. I talk to people that I like their music, man. I like your sound right away, man. What inspires you guys, man? What keeps you guys inspired? What inspired the sound? You know, what inspired the sound for you guys?
What inspires the sound for me is the story. Like, this album is going to tell the story of coming from pain and shame into grace. The Lord Jesus Christ is what leads me to the music. right? We talk about that on a track with my brother Flex, Do You Hear Me, Lord? And the album is going to tell a story of from addiction of multiple kinds into being able to recover slowly but surely. We still got issues, but we making it one day at a time. So, and in terms of musical influences, J. Cole, Born Sinner, man, phenomenal album. Man, new album is out. That's crazy. Man, Usher, Confessions, Kendrick, Good Kid, Mad City, man. Joey Badass, Chance the Rapper.
That's right.
That's where I'm at.
I hear it.
Yeah.
What about you, my man?
I mean, I'm heavily inspired by Currency, love Currency, Wiz Khalifa, literally all the old school. Studying Nas. That's what my boys be telling me. Like, sit down, listen to some Nas, listen to some old school. I mean, dude, who did Sergio? I mean, Benny the Butcher. He didn't do Sergio, but
Westside Gun.
I mean, Westside Gun, big. Oh man, I love Westside Gun. Just storytelling. Action Bronson, big time. Love his wordplay. Love the wordplay. Love the way they can bounce that old school flow. Get it comfort. I'm old soul, man. Grew up on boom bap, man. Yeah.
That's why I put you guys out here. Well, thank you guys for the interview, man. I'll plug all your socials in. Yeah, quick shout out to my man right here. They killed it on stage. Wish you guys nothing but the best in your musical career and in your recovery, man. Bless up, bless up.
Absolutely. Thank you, bro. Thank y'all.
What's cracking, brothers? Boom Bap Recovery, where hip hop meets recovery. Coming at you live with my boy Wolf. It's good to see you, man. Hey, man, this is a dope event, man. Always pleasure to run into you at these types of things. It's been a pleasure knowing you, your gratitude list, your energy, your wisdom, your sobriety, man. It's inspiring. Your artistry, your creativity. You guys are dope, man. Tell me a little bit about Bless Savage. Where are you guys at right now? What does it mean to you? What plans do you have? And tell me a little bit about your sobriety, where you're at, how you feeling, big dog.
Okay, what's up, man? My name is Wolf. Let's start off with the Bless Savage. You know, it's been a bumpy road, but as you know, this road is never supposed to be easy. We just teamed up with MTLE, which is More Talent, Less Ego. They brought us in with open arms. They gave us space at their gallery. They gave us space at their art studio, and they allowed us to produce our artwork there. And man, it's just been a blessing with every gate that's opening. You know, every time we just keep pushing, we keep pushing. But Blessed Savage to me means that we come from a lifestyle where we're savages, you know, and we trained, we completely did a 180, so now we're blessed, right? So that's the concept of the Blessed Savage, is horns and halos, you know, knowing that we're always gonna have character defects and all that, but we're always working and chopping at them. My sobriety date is 4/3/26/24, and coming up on 2 years. The question was,
no one ever really died. Well, no one ever
What's
really
up,
came.
man? How's life been with you, brother? Hey, what inspires the creative energy, bro? And how does sobriety contribute to that, man? Because you have a creative mind, you have a creative heart, and like, does sobriety just like magnify it, bro? What do you do to stay sharp, to keep your creativity on point, to keep your spiritual life on point, to keep your head above the water, bro? It's hard out here. It's hard out here. The economy's bad. The government is whack. The world is run by billionaire pedophiles. But like us as alcoholics, as addicts, bro, we gotta keep level-headed emotionally, mentally, spiritually, all that, bro. So just how you feeling, bro? Like how do you stay strong?
look, man, I just live life, bro. You know what? I got 2 kids. I got a girl. I missed out on a lot of life, and I stay healthy. My new routine is just waking up every morning. I wake up to God. I go work out. I make myself fruit juices. I'm on my health shit, you know. Besides that, my life just rotates around my family. They're my inspiration to keep pushing. Money's got to be put on the table. I work in recovery, so I'm always dealing with alcoholics and addicts, and it teaches me a lot of tolerance, a lot of patience, a lot of where I come from, and understanding that I can always go back there, you know. All it takes is that one slip up. But honestly, what keeps me grounded is I always look for God, bro. Straight up. I don't have any other answer besides that. When anybody hits me up with all their problems, that's the first question I ask them is like, have you talked to God yet? You know? Yeah, man. Honestly, that's what keeps me pushing right now, bro.
Word.
That's where I'm at.
Word, man. One of the themes that's been coming up, one of the answers to some of these questions has been, I just had to get out of my own way, right? In response to like, man, like, how did, like, what ultimately cracked it open for you, you know? And people were like, okay, like, I just had to get out of my own way. You know, did you experience that? And what did you have to do to get out of your own way, man? Did it take like just being honest with yourself, or what did that look like for you, man?
I had to realize that every single bright idea that I had was landing me back where I didn't want to be. So I had to give up my old ways. You know, in order to change my reality, I had to change my personality, which means I can't be the person that I was before. And in order to shift that, I have to do different things. And when I began, it all started with a thought. And when I got that thought and I seen where I was trying, and I was like, I do want to become a better person. I do want to be a different person, but I refuse to do different things. I keep reverting to the person I was. So in order for me to change that, I started doing new things, man. Like I said, just being healthy, making sure I give back what I got. You know, I work with 3 sponsees. I got a sponsor. I got a grant sponsor. I go to meetings. I stay grounded. I stay in touch with my fellowship, you know. I stay accountable, bro. Just the whole night. I work with spiritual principles. If I'm not firmly tuning myself to do good, I'm gonna tune myself to do bad, you know? So again, I'm not perfect. So every time I fall short, I give it to God and I just keep pushing, man. Basically how I'm pushing.
Word, man. Well, it's been a pleasure knowing you, man. You're a friend. You're a trudging buddy, man. I wish you nothing but the best in life, man. What last advice do you have to people out there struggling right now that don't know anything about recovery, don't know anything about the resources that are out there? What advice do you have to them?
Don't give up. Look for help. That's the hardest part. When you look for help, be willing to do whatever it takes. I see a lot of people come to me and they tell me, I'm willing to do whatever it takes, and then don't want to go to groups, then don't want to go to meetings. Be willing to do whatever it takes, the same way we were willing to do whatever it took to get our drugs, our alcohol, you know what I mean? And give back to people and show everybody love, tolerance, patience, and above all, find a higher power and keep that contact with God.
Right on, brother. I appreciate you, man. Love you, man. It's Wolf, man. Blessed Savage. Boom Bap Recovery. Peace. It's Boom Bap Recovery coming at you live with my homie, Michael Robles. What's going on with you, bro? How you feeling tonight?
Feeling pretty amazing. Around amazing people. Doesn't get any better than this.
Doesn't get any better than this. Sober on a Saturday night, around sober people, like-minded people, trudging buddies. How long you been sober, Mike?
Little over 2 years. My sobriety date is January 3rd of 24.
What did it take for you to finally like have the moment where you're like, I really have to get sober and stay sober? What happened? What was that like? And what do you do to stay sober? What does your program look like?
I mean, I go to a lot of fucking meetings. I sponsor people. But yeah, man, I stay in the middle of the crowd. I do things like this. And you know, you do this long enough, you're going to start to know people everywhere you go. You know what I'm saying? And it becomes a lifestyle. You know what I realized? For me, it's like work, right? And you hate going to work. So I used to think like, shit, this is going to be hard. But this is more like you love what you do. You never work a day in your life deal. You know what I'm saying?
So I think the theme, an ongoing theme with these interviews is we used to work for our drugs. We used to work for our alcohol, man. Now we have to work for our sobriety. Day in and day out, right? What has your recovery started to mean to you? Like, how important is it for you to stay on top of it? And when you kind of feel kind of like off emotionally or spiritually or mentally, and what do you do right away? What is the reflex for you to get right back into your program?
I mean, basically what everybody else does, I just jump right back into it. But like I said, I'm so submerged into it at the moment. I don't really give myself too much time to be distracted like that. Like I'm trapped in my own thoughts, because that's my worst enemy. So I'm like really active. Like I've gone to a couple meetings. Like I stopped counting, but I go to at least like 2 meetings a day still. I go harder right now, 2 years in, than I did my first 2 years. And it's only because I'm so grateful for everything I got now, you know what I mean? Like I got a lot to be grateful for. You know what I'm saying? I can't even get started. So.
That's beautiful, man. Gratitude always. What message do you have to people that are still kind of struggling out there, or people that are early on in their sobriety that can't seem to get it, or are just kind of sober but are kind of white knuckling it? What advice do you have to them?
Really get out of your own way and run a program. I think I see a lot of new people, and I went to 20 rehabs, bro. So I know what it's like to be new, and I got tired of being the example of what people got to go out to see what works and what doesn't work. I got tired of being the example of what doesn't work. So eventually, I got out of my own way. I started running the program, and then yeah, man, it's not as easy as it sounds, because I see a lot of newcomers still struggling with like, well, if God exists, he don't care about me, like I'm too fucked up. And that's not true. God loves everybody. So.
You're worthy.
Yeah, and if I'm worthy, everybody else is worthy, bro.
How has your life gotten bigger since you've been sober? Or has it gotten smaller? Because in a sense, my life has gotten smaller, right? I'm not as many friends, not as many this, not as many that. But it's gotten bigger in that everything is more valuable to me. Little things are so much more valuable to me, right? How has your life changed in that perspective?
I mean, there's really a lot of quality to my life now. Like just one example would be, I mean, I used to make 3 times what I'm making right now, but I was always broke as soon as I got paid. Now, I mean, I got money in the bank. I haven't had a license since 2015. I'm driving clean now. I got a breathalyzer, 2 years still cleaning up the records of my past. I got a daughter that DCFS took, but I get to be in her life. There's just a lot of things going on. Like I said, I came in not thinking this was for me. I'm about to get my associate's degree. Like little things, and it all started by just doing the next right thing,
The next indicated step, right?
Very simple. What's the next right thing?
What's the next thing? If you're out there struggling, man, what's the next thing in your life that you can do right now, right this very moment, to improve your life? And it could be simple. It could be cleaning your room. It could be taking out the trash. It can be going downstairs and hugging your mom and telling them.
Esteemable acts, as they call them, yeah. Those are good.
Esteemable people do esteemable things, right?
It's a program of service. Like, I mean, you hear these things in order to keep it, to give it away. Yeah, of course. But like I said, this is not the type of work. This is more like, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. Like, you get so much out of the altruism in the program and doing something for somebody and expecting nothing in return. Like, there's so much to learn off of that. Like, I learn every day. Like, it's amazing,
That's beautiful, man. Well, thank you for doing this interview, man. If there's any other message you have to people out there that are still deep into their alcoholism or addiction, what advice do you have to them?
You know what? Like I said, man, give yourself a chance. Get out of your own way. So.
Give yourself a chance. You are worth it, and you are worthy. Michael, thank you for the interview, man. Boom Bap Recovery. Tell us where we can find you on social media. Tell us where we can follow you.
I'm a gamer, bro. So on TikTok, howboy.codm.
There you go. Shout out to all the gamers out there. All right, Boom Bap Recovery, guys. Back again with more interviews. Take a seat. Happy pleasure to meet you, brother. I've actually seen you around, man. I've seen you around at a couple meetings, man. It's good to see people at different meetings that you don't know. It's just like, okay, they're doing their thing, man. Happy, man. Tell me about life, man. What does sobriety look like for you, man?
Grateful to have 10,000 days sober today. 10,000.
Today?
Today.
10,000, y'all. What's the road look like for you?
More comfortable in myself and my skin, not feeling like an ex-comic, ex-gang member anymore. My life's changed around completely. Living a clean, good life today without any headaches, dramas. I'm retired now at 20, so I'm getting to enjoy life and be more of service to others.
Where are you from, man?
I'm from Mexico. I came here when I was 9 years old, and I was raised in LA all my life. And got caught up in a little bit, and to the grace of this program, it saved my life.
Shout out to all my Latinos. Shout out to all my Mexicans out there. We're Hispanic. Somos Mexicanos, right? There's a whole drinking culture, right? I was given beers at 5 years old. Try this beer. Try that. There's more beer at our kids' parties than there's water. Is that something that's got to change, man? What is it like being Hispanic and like growing up around drinking? Does that play a role in our becoming alcoholics? Is it nature? Is it nurture? What was that like for you, man?
Well, the gift of being sober is I'm able to break that cycle down. And for the next generation, I don't have to bring that machismo Latino lifestyle anymore. You know, show them that we can have fun sober without drinking. We don't need the liquor to have that liquid courage.
That's been the theme, man. We can have fun sober. Being sober is a blast, man. Getting to know yourself again and having the world just be opening up. It's a blast, man. What advice do you have to young people out there, to people of all ages? What advice do you have to people out there that don't know anything about 12-step programs or about detox or about treatment centers? They don't know anything about getting sober. What advice do you have to people that are just too scared to make a start?
I guess the best thing you could do is be open and just give yourself an opportunity just to look at it and try it. Doesn't say if you are one of us or part of the world, but at least educate yourself enough so that way maybe you might need it, or someone you love close to you might need it. You know, lead by example.
Right on, man. Right on, man. We've had a theme going on. People have been saying, you know, I asked them what was the biggest obstacle for you to get sober? People were like, me, I had to get out of my own way. And what that looked like to them is different for each person. Did you have to get out of your own way? And if you did, what did that look like?
What I had to do was get honest for once and really look at myself in the mirror and realize that my way of life wasn't working anymore, and I had to try something different. And I'm grateful I did, because now I have a new pair of glasses, a new pair of lenses, and looking at life now in a better way. Because the way I was looking at the things in life wasn't working for me.
Right on, Happy. What does it mean to have events like this where we can promote sobriety in a healthy, fun way, where we can connect with one another? What does having stuff like this mean, and partners like Bless Savage?
The best gift is we're on borrowed time. It's what you do on this earth today that counts. I want to be able to give back and show people you can have fun in sobriety and enjoy life without substance, and be around people who all we do is we want to carry the message to other people and help others.
Right on, Happy. Thank you so much, man. Are you on social media?
I am on social media. My name is Happy Lozano. Follow me on Instagram. Thank you.
All right, guys. Bless Savage. Thank you, guys. This is Happy. 10,000 days of sobriety. 10K, y'all. Inspiring. Boom Bap Recovery coming at you live. Peace.